Now we will discuss about ammonia gas. The chemical formula of ammonia gas is NH3. It is a colorless and poisonous gas. Due to the presence of hydrogen bonding, liquid ammonia has high heat of vaporization. When a liquid ammonia vaporizes, it absorbs large quantity of heat without changing its temperature. This is the reason liquid ammonia is widely used in refrigeration for cooling process. It captures heat and removes heat energy from the cooling system. Since liquid ammonia can absorb lot of heat energy from the surrounding bodies, it is also used in ice plants for the fast cooling process. Note that about 17 gram of liquid ammonia can absorb 5700 calorie heat from the surrounding waters. Another important use of ammonia is it is widely used to produce various kinds of nitrogenous fertilizers such as ammonium nitrate, ammonium phosphate and ammonium sulfate. Ammonia passes into our body when we consume highly fertilized food like vegetables, fruits, pulses, grains, etc. If our body fails to process ammonia, high level of ammonia in the blood leads to serious health issues such as brain damage, coma or death also. High ammonia levels in the blood are often caused by liver disease. These are some important points about ammonia gas. Now let's discuss about its preparation reaction. The first preparation reaction is by the hydrolysis of urea. The chemical formula of urea is NH2COO and NH2. When it is added to water, it combines with water to form ammonium carbonate. A salt is formed. You can see it is a combination reaction. Urea combines with water to form ammonium carbonate. And when this ammonium carbonate salt is heated, so whatever the number of gases are present, due to the heat they will escape. Okay, like ammonia gas, from carbonate we get carbon dioxide gas. Now pay attention how we are going to complete this reaction. There are two nitrogen, then we get two molecules of ammonia gas. Two molecules of ammonia gas. In this case I have used how many hydrogen? 6 hydrogen. 4 to 8, 8 hydrogens are there. Then 2 hydrogens are left. These 2 hydrogen will combine with carbonate and we get H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. We have learned this carbonic acid is unstable compound, converts into carbon dioxide and water molecule. That's it. Very simple chemical reaction. Easily we can complete. Now move on to the second preparation reaction. In the second preparation reaction, ammonium chloride reacts with calcium hydroxide. Now pay attention very carefully how the reaction is going to take place. Calcium hydroxide is a base. Ammonium chloride is an acidic salt because when we add ammonium chloride to water, it will produce ammonium hydroxide and HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. HCl is a strong acid. Strong acid will dominate weak base, hence it is an acidic salt. It is an acidic salt. Acid base. Okay, double displacement reaction will be taking place. Calcium ion will combine with chloride ion, ammonium ion will combine with hydroxide ion. Very simple chemical reaction. We have calcium chloride and ammonium ion combining with hydroxide ion, then we get ammonium hydroxide. Okay, you can balance this chemical equation. 2Cl 1Cl multiplied by 2. Okay, equation is balanced. We have 2 nitrogen multiplied by 2, equation is balanced. Okay, now what happens next? This ammonium hydroxide decomposes into ammonia gas, releasing water molecule, 2 molecules of water. That's it. Okay, very simple chemical reaction. This ammonium hydroxide, since it has 2 nitrogen, then we get 2 molecules of ammonia gas and then remaining will be water, because here we have the neutralization reaction is taking place. That's why we are supposed to get water. Okay, then salt is there. Very simple chemical reaction. Now move on to the third preparation reaction. We have ammonium sulfate. Okay, it is reacting with NaOH. Sodium hydroxide is a base, and ammonium sulfate is an acidic salt because when we add ammonium sulfate to water, it will produce a sulfuric acid and ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base, but sulfuric acid is a very strong acid. That's why it is an acidic salt. Acid base reaction is taking place. So in this case again double displacement reaction will be taking place. Now pay attention here. Sodium ion will combine with sulfate ion, then it forms sodium sulfate, Na2SO4, 2 sodium multiplied by 2. Okay. Ammonium ion will combine with hydroxide and again we are getting the same situation, 2 molecules of ammonium hydroxide. Okay. this ammonium hydroxide will decompose into 2 molecules of ammonia and 2 molecules of water. Very simple chemical reaction. Okay, now let's move on to the fourth preparation reaction. The fourth preparation reaction is by the hydrolysis of metal nitride. Okay, now pay attention very carefully. Metal nitride such as lithium nitride is there added to water molecule. Okay, lithium, it is a metal, will combine with water molecule to form lithium hydroxide very easily. Okay, that's why they are alkali metals. Okay, and this nitrogen will combine with hydrogen to form ammonia molecule. That's it. You can balance this equation. How many lithium atoms? 3 multiplied by 3. Okay, how many total hydrogen? 3 plus 3 is equal to 6 multiplied by 3. Equation is balanced. Okay, next we have calcium nitride, and 2 is there, added to waters. In the similar manner we can complete this reaction. Calcium will combine with water to form calcium hydroxide, and nitrogen will combine with hydrogen to form what? Ammonia molecule. Balance this equation. 3 calcium multiplied by 3, then 2 nitrogen multiplied by 2. Okay, how many hydrogens are there? 2 3 is 6 hydrogen, 2 3 is 6 hydrogen, then we can multiply total hydrogen are 12, then multiplied by 6. Okay, equation is balanced. In a similar manner, if I take aluminum nitride added to water molecule, okay, so in this case aluminum combining with water molecule to form aluminum hydroxide, and then nitrogen will combine with hydrogen to form ammonia molecule. Okay, you can balance this equation. 1 nitrogen, how many hydrogens are there? 3 hydrogen, then we have multiplied by 3. Is this equation balanced? Yes, it is balanced. Okay, so this is the fourth method to prepare ammonia gas. Now let's move on to the next preparation method. The fifth preparation reaction is Haber process. By using this process, we produce ammonia gas on a large scale. In this process, nitrogen gas reacts with hydrogen gas and produces ammonia gas. Okay, ammonia gas, very common chemical reaction is there. We balance this equation, multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2. This reaction is an exothermic chemical reaction. In this case, enthalpy of formation of ammonia, delta HF, standard enthalpy of formation of ammonia is minus 46.1 kilojoule per mole. It is an exothermic chemical reaction. Keep in mind, this chemical reaction is carried out, optimum condition to carry out this chemical reaction is 700 Kelvin and pressure is quite high, that is 200 atmospheric pressure. Okay, 200 atmospheric pressure. Keep in mind, we have applied Le-Chatelier's principle. In this case, Le-Chatelier's principle, in a chemical reaction, if we increase the pressure, equilibrium will always shift towards where we have less number of moles of gases. Pay attention here. In this chemical reaction, if I increase pressure, equilibrium will shift forward direction, because forward direction we have less number of moles of gases, so that ammonia formation can increase. Okay, this is the reason high pressure is maintained. This side we have 2 moles of gases, and this side we have 3 plus 1 is equal to 4 moles of gases. That's why reaction will go forward direction on increasing pressure. Okay, and in this reaction we use catalyst also. Catalyst we have, that is iron oxide. A small quantity of potassium oxide as well as aluminum oxide are used. Okay, so that the equilibrium can be maintained in this chemical reaction at the faster rate, can be attained at the faster rate. These are in the small quantity. Okay, small quantity. Earlier in this method, iron as a catalyst and molybdenum is used as a promoter in the chemical reaction. Promoters. Okay, nowadays we are using catalyst to attain the equilibrium in this chemical reaction at the faster rate. Okay, now we move on to the last preparation method. Okay, now we move on to the last preparation method. We have learned calcium cyanamide, CaCN2, calcium cyanamide. If you remember when I was talking about the chemical reaction of nitrogen gas react with calcium carbide to form calcium cyanamide. We have CaCN2. When it undergoes hydrolysis, okay, what happens in this case? Calcium carbonate is formed, calcium carbonate, and this nitrogen combined with hydrogen to form ammonia molecule. There are 2 nitrogen multiplied by 2, okay, and 3 oxygen are there multiplied by 3. Check hydrogen, 6 hydrogen, 6 hydrogen. Okay, equation is balanced. So this is also one more method, you know, by which we can produce ammonia gas. Okay, so these are some certain preparation method. Now let's move on to discuss its properties. Next we have physical properties of ammonia gas. It is a colorless and poisonous gas. Okay, it has very bad smell like rotten fish. Okay, like rotten fish smell it has. Rotten fish smell it has. The freezing point is 198.4 Kelvin, melting point is 195.42 Kelvin, and boiling point is quite high because in ammonia molecule hydrogen bonding is present. Due to hydrogen bonding, H bonding you can write. Boiling point is higher. Why? Because hydrogen bonding is present. Keep in mind ammonia gas is lighter than air, means its density is less than air. Okay, when we talk about its shape, so we can use Weisshauper theory. In chemical bonding, NH3 is there, nitrogen has one lone pair plus 3 sigma bond, then hybridization will be sp3. Base structure will be, this is the base structure. Nitrogen is present at the center, that the central element. We have lone pair is present, hydrogen. Okay, you can see it is having pyramidal shape. You can see, hide this portion, this is having pyramidal shape. Okay, it is present in sp3 hybridization and shape will be pyramidal. Okay, now pay attention carefully. You can see this is lone pair and these are the bond pairs. Lone pair, bond pair, lone pair, bond pair, lone pair, bond pairs. Okay, and that's why repulsion is quite high. That's why bond angle is quite high, 107 degree. Okay, 107 degree bond angle is there between. This the bond angle will be like this, nitrogen and hydrogen bond angle. That's what we have. Okay, bond angle is high. Why? Because you can write here, due to bond pair and lone pair repulsion, bond angle is quite high. Now let's move on to some other properties of ammonia gas. Next we have solubility of ammonia in water. Ammonia gas is highly soluble in water due to the formation of hydrogen bonding. Any molecule which forms hydrogen bonding in water will be highly soluble, such as we have ammonia molecule and we have water molecule, lone pairs. Nitrogen, hydrogen, they will establish hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen attached to fluorine, nitrogen, oxygen will have hydrogen bonding. Okay, now we talk about the factors affecting the solubility of ammonia in water. Okay, solubility of ammonia, keep in mind, important. Okay, solubility of ammonia increases on increasing pressures and increases on decreasing temperatures. Okay, so solubility of ammonia is directly proportional to pressure and inversely proportional to temperature. On decreasing temperature, solubility of ammonia increases. On increasing pressure, solubility of ammonia also increases. Okay, now we talk about self ionization, auto ionization, we can say self ionization, like water molecule. Okay, water molecule undergoes self ionization producing hydronium ion, then we have hydroxide ion. Okay, in a similar manner ammonia molecule also undergoes self ionization producing, this is what, ammonium ion, this is NH2 minus ion. Okay, in this case it has tendency to accept electron pair, that's why it can act as Lewis acid and it can donate electron density, that's why it is acting as Lewis base. Okay, so like water, ammonia also shows what kind of nature? Amphoteric nature. We have amphoteric natures. This kind of behavior is shown by amphoteric compounds. Okay, they can react with acids also, they can react with base also. Now let's move on to some more other properties. Due to the presence of hydrogen bonding, ammonia molecule dissolves in water to produce ammonium ion and hydroxide ion. It is in aqueous state. It is also in aqueous state, and it is in aqueous state, and water is in the liquid state. Okay. Since ammonia molecule produces hydroxide ion in water, that's why it shows basic characters. Any substance releasing hydroxide ion in water, basic character. Substances releasing H plus ion in water, acidic characters. Okay. Since it has basic characters, I write Kb expression. Okay, dissociation constant for the bases. Kb, product upon reactant, NH4 plus, this is hydroxide ion, and then we have ammonia molecule. Water is in the liquid state, that's why we do not include. Okay. For the dissociation of ammonia in water, we have Kb value 1.8 multiplied by 10 to power minus 5, that is mole per liter. This 10 to power minus 5 is a very small value, and we have learned in ionic equilibrium, as the Kb value decreases, basic character also decreases. Okay. As the Kb value decreases, basic character also decreases. Since its Kb value is very small, that's why it is a weak base. We can say it is a weak base. Okay, ammonia is a weak base. You can write ammonium hydroxide also. You can write ammonium hydroxide. It is also a weak base. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak base. Okay. It is a weak base, and it can react with acidic salt. Acid base reaction will be there. Acidic salt to form precipitate. Okay. Ammonium hydroxide, a weak base, reacts with acidic salt to produce precipitate. PPT I write. Okay, produce precipitate. Now let's say we have zinc sulfate. Of course it is acidic salt, because if you add to the water, then you will get zinc hydroxide and H2SO4, strong acid. Strong acid will dominate weak base. Okay. Then we have ammonium hydroxide. Acid base reaction will be taking place. Zinc ion will combine with hydroxide ion, and ammonium ion will combine with sulfate ion. Very simple chemical reaction. Zinc hydroxide. Okay. Then we get ammonium sulfate. This is ammonium sulfate. It is a white precipitate, white PPT. White PPT is formed. Now we can balance this equation. 2 ammonium ion multiplied by 2. Okay. That's it. The equation is balanced. 4 2 is 8, and then we have 10. 4 2 is 8, and then we have 10. Okay. Balance. Now let's say if I take ferric chloride is there, and it is also reacting with NH4OH. Okay. It is also acidic salt, because in this case if you add to the water, you will get what? Strong acid HCl, and then we get FeOH whole thrice. Okay, that is weak base. Okay, so strong acid will be dominating weak base. Acidic salt, acid base reaction. This iron will combine with what? Ferric ion will be combining with hydroxide ion, and ammonium ion will be combining with Cl minus ion. Then we get ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is there. Then we get Fe, and it is OH whole thrice. Now we can balance this equation. How many Cl? 3 multiplied by 3. Okay. How many nitrogen? 3 multiplied by 3. Okay. Now next we have iron is balanced. What about hydrogen? Is also balanced. 3 and 4 15. And hydrogen, how many hydrogen there? 12 is there. Answer is going to be yes, 15 is there. It is balanced. And in this case we get brown PPT. It is a brown PPT. Very simple chemical reaction. Okay. So acid base reaction is taking place. These are the acidic salt, and it is a weak base. Acid base reaction is taking place, and then we can easily form the products by using the concept of double displacement. Now let's move on to some more chemical reaction. Now we can start chemical reaction. Okay, we can start chemical reactions. Next is chemical reaction. Chemical reaction of ammonia. First we talk about a basic nature, a basic character of ammonia. Okay, ammonia is a base, that's why it can react with acids very easily to form what? Salt. Acid base reaction will be taking place. Now see how the reaction is taking place. Ammonia, in which nitrogen has one lone pair, reacting with acid, hydrochloric acid, it can liberate H plus ion very easily. Polarity is there. It is a polar molecule. It can donate electron density to H plus ion. As a result, Cl will pull the electron density. Now you can see, since nitrogen is losing one electron, a lone pair, that's why it will carry one positive charge, and this will be separated as Cl minus ion. Okay, so this is what salt we got. You can also write in this way, ammonium chloride. Salt is formed. Similarly, it can react with sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid H2SO4. Now pay attention very carefully. It has lone pair. One nitrogen can donate electron pairs, lone pair to one hydrogen. There are two hydrogen, two acidic hydrogen. That's why we need two lone pairs multiplied by 2. So as a result, we get what? 2 ammonium ion, and then sulfate ion is there. Equation is balanced. Okay, it will carry what? +1 charge, and in this case it will carry -2 charge. Okay, if I take acidic acid also, it is a weak base, and I take weak acid. Let's say we have CH3COOH, and then we have ammonia is a weak base. Okay, acid base, salt. We get we have CH3COO, and it is what? NH4. Ammonium acetate is found. Okay, it will supply the electron density to hydrogen, and this bond is there. It will pull the electron density. So this will be negative, and this will be the positive. Okay, ammonium acetate is formed. Now let's move on to next chemical reaction. Next is oxidation reaction. In this reaction you need to be careful. Okay, oxidation reaction. Ammonia gas undergoes oxidation reaction at two conditions. First we talk about normal condition. At normal condition, okay, when ammonia gas is oxidized by oxygen gas, it produces nitrogen gas. Oxygen combined with hydrogen to produce water molecule. Okay, it is a complete redox reaction. Oxygen is undergoing what? Reduction, and ammonia is undergoing oxidation. Because it is -3, it is 0 oxidation, it is 0, and that is -2. Okay, so oxygen will be undergoing reduction. Okay, now pay attention here. By redox method, by oxidation number method, we can balance this equation. Okay, nitrogen gas is released in the normal condition. Okay, in this oxidation reaction, nitrogen is -3, this side it is what? 0. Okay, then it is 0, and this side multiplied by 2, then it is -2 multiplied by 2 is equal to -4. Okay, then we have 3 electron transfer. In this case we have 4 electron transfers. Okay, balance the charge, multiplied by 4, multiplied by 4, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3. Okay, now I remove this portion. Remove it, it is not required. It is not required. I remove this information. Okay, I remove this information. Now how many hydrogen? 4 is a 12. Okay, we need 12 hydrogen, that's why you multiplied by 6 to 12. Okay, how many nitrogen? Okay, 4 nitrogen multiplied by 2. Is this equation balanced? 3 to 6, 6 oxygen, equation is balanced. Okay, so at the normal condition, when ammonia gas undergoes oxidation in the presence of oxygen, it produces nitrogen gas. Okay, at the special condition, at a special case, yeah, special condition in which catalyst is used platinum and temperature is maintained around 750 degrees Celsius to 900 degrees Celsius. Okay, in the same chemical reaction. Okay, so when ammonia is undergoing oxidation in the presence of oxygen, maintaining the temperature that is 750 to 900 degrees Celsius, and platinum is used as a catalyst, then in this condition ammonia gas produces nitric oxide, NO. Oxygen combined with hydrogen to form a water molecule. That's why I said in this case you need to be careful. In oxidation reaction, you can see oxidation of ammonia in the presence of oxygen is taking place, but in the special condition it is forming a different product, nitric oxide. Okay, nitric oxide. Again we take help of oxidation number method to balance this equation. It is -3, and it is what? It is +2. Okay, in this case it is 0. In this case -2 multiplied by 2 is equal to -4. Okay, then in this case we have total number of transfer of electron is what? 5. Okay, in this case 4 will be there. 4 multiplied by 5, we have multiplied by 4, then we have 4. I remove this information. Okay, now it is not required. Okay, I remove it. Now we have how many hydrogen? 4 is 12 multiplied by 6. How many nitrogen? 4 multiplied by 2. 5 to 10. Okay, 6 oxygen and 8 multiplied by 4, then we get 4. Now oxygen is also balanced. Okay, so you can get nitric oxide at this condition. Okay, At the normal condition, we are getting nitrogen gas in the oxidation reaction. Now pay attention very carefully. We have learned already the chemical reaction of nitric oxide. Okay, in the presence of oxygen, it undergoes it converts into nitrogen dioxide, and in the nitrogen dioxide, when we add water molecule, then it produces what? Nitric acid. Okay, this is what Ostwald method. Ostwald method is used for the preparation of nitric acid. When I will discuss about the preparation reaction of nitric acid, I will use this method. Okay, we will learn about this method. This is what Ostwald method, Ostwald process. Okay, Ostwald process is used for the preparation of nitric acid. In this case, ammonia gas undergoes oxidation under a special condition to form nitric oxide, which undergoes oxidation to produce nitrogen dioxide, and in the presence of water and oxygen gas, it produces what? Nitric acid. Okay, so this is what Ostwald method. Now very interesting concept. If you want to talk about the conversion reaction, let's say we have nitrogen gas and oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, oxygen gas. This is a Haber process. It is producing ammonia gas. In this case, if you carry out the oxidation reaction, this is what? Ostwald method. Then we get what? Nitric oxide. And in this case, if you take H2 and oxygen gas, then you will get nitric acid. So this is a conversion reaction. Two named reactions are involved in this conversion reaction. Very important chemical reaction. Okay, it's a very important chemical reaction. Okay, now let's move on to the next chemical reaction. Next we have reducing nature of ammonia. Okay, reducing nature of ammonia. Keep in mind, nitrogen in ammonia is present in -3 oxidation state, in its lowest oxidation state. That's why it will always undergo oxidation. Hence, it will always act as a better reducing agent. When we study the chemical reaction of ammonia in which ammonia is acting as a reducing agent, then the basic equation you have to use ammonia. It releases nitrogen gas. Okay, and keep in mind, reducing agent releases nascent hydrogen, and oxidizing agent releases nascent oxygen. Okay, so in this case it will be releasing how many hydrogen? 6 hydrogen. What kind of hydrogen? Nascent hydrogen. These are the nascent hydrogen. Okay, this is the base equation you have to use when we study the chemical reaction of ammonia in which it is acting as a reducing agent. Base equation, it releases nascent hydrogen. Okay, ammonia molecule reduces cupric oxide into copper, and it also reduces lead oxide into lead. See how easily we can complete this reaction. Use the base equation. You don't need to disturb this equation because it is already balanced. Okay, use the base equation. 2 molecules of ammonia releasing nitrogen gas, and we have 6 nascent hydrogen. In the next chemical reaction, you need to use nascent hydrogen this side so that we can cancel when we find out net reaction. Okay, we have cupric oxide, and then we have nascent hydrogen. Other side we get copper. Okay, hydrogen will combine with oxygen. We take multiplied by 2. 2 hydrogen will combine with oxygen to form water molecule. That's it. Now we need to cancel nascent hydrogen. 6 nascent hydrogen. In this case we have only 2 nascent hydrogen. Multiply this equation by 3. Then 3 will be there. 3 2 is 6. 6 is there. Then 3 is there, and then we have 3. I remove these numbers. Okay, simple. Nascent hydrogen cancel out. 2 molecules of ammonia, 3 CuO, nitrogen gas, and then 3 Cu, and then we have 3 molecules of water. Reaction is complete. Very simple chemical reaction. Nitrogen gas releases. Now if I talk about lead oxide, use the base equation. Okay, releases nitrogen gas with the release of 6 nascent hydrogen. Okay, nascent hydrogen you have to take in the second reaction on the left side. We have lead oxide. Lead oxide converts into lead, and then we can take 2 hydrogen. 2 hydrogen will combine with oxygen, forming water molecule. In a similar manner, multiplied by 3, because we have 6 nascent hydrogen, we have only 2 nascent hydrogen. Multiplied by 3, 3 2 is 6, 3 and 3 is there. Remove this 3. Okay, then nascent hydrogen is cancelled out. We got 2 molecules of ammonia, 3 PbO. Okay, nitrogen gas is there, and then 3 lead is there, and 3 water molecules. Very simple. Chemical reaction is complete. Okay, so use this base equation when Ammonia is acting as a reducing agent in the chemical reaction. Let's discuss about some more chemical reaction. Ammonia molecule reduces bleaching powders. Reduces bleaching powder CaOCl2 and sodium hypochloride NaOCl. Okay, keep in mind bleaching powder and sodium hypochloride are better oxidizing agent because they can release nascent oxygen. You can see this is nascent oxygen, this is also nascent oxygen. We have bleaching powders. Okay, it is a better oxidizing agent because it can release nascent oxygen. In the similar manner, we have sodium hypochloride. This is also an oxidizing agent because it also releases nascent oxygen. Okay, so a reaction between oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent will be taking place. Now we have the base equation. Use the base equation. 2NH3 releases nitrogen gas and we have 6 nascent hydrogen. Okay, first I take bleaching powders, then we have nascent hydrogen. Okay, so it will release nascent oxygen, converts into calcium chloride, This nascent oxygen will be combining with 2 nascent hydrogen to produce water molecule. Reaction is almost completed. Okay, you can multiply this equation by 3 because we need 6 nascent hydrogen. Okay, so multiplied by 3, 3 to just 6 is there, multiplied by 3 and multiplied by 3. I remove these numbers. Nascent hydrogen cancel out. You can write the complete reaction. 2NH3, we have 3 CaOCl2, then nitrogen gas is there, and then we have 3 calcium chloride, and then we have 3 water molecule. Reaction is complete. Okay, in the similar manner we can complete the reaction of ammonia. Use the base equation. 2 ammonia molecule. Have I used? Okay, 2 ammonia molecule. 2 ammonia molecule produces nitrogen gas with 6 nascent hydrogen. Okay, then we have NaOCl, a nascent hydrogen. It converts into NaCl, and this nascent oxygen will combine with nascent hydrogen to form water molecule. Okay, we need 6 nascent hydrogen multiplied by 3. 3 to just 6. Then it is 3 and we have 3. I remove these numbers. Okay, then 2 ammonia molecule. Now 3 sodium hypochloride. Nascent hydrogens are cancelled out. Then we have other side nitrogen gas. Then 3 sodium chloride and then 3 water molecule. Reaction is complete. Okay, so very simple chemical reactions. Easily we can complete. Important part is there. Keep in mind when you study the chemical reaction of ammonia, in which it is acting as a reducing agent, use this base equation. It releases nitrogen gas. Okay, in all these cases you can see it is releasing nitrogen gas. Let's move on to the next chemical reaction. Next is the reaction with chlorine gas. When ammonia is reacting with chlorine gas, we take ammonia as in excess. Okay, as in excess. When we have taken ammonia in excess, use the base equation. This is also a chemical reaction in which ammonia will be acting as a reducing agent. Okay, now pay attention. Here we have ammonia molecule releases nitrogen gas and we have 6 nascent hydrogen. Okay, and so this ammonia molecule is reacting with Cl2. Okay, and then we have nascent hydrogen. Hydrogen will combine with Cl to form HCl because Cl will undergo what? Reduction. Okay, now 2Cl multiplied by 2, you can balance it. Balanced. We need 6 nascent hydrogen in this equation multiplied by 3. Okay, 3 to just 6, 3 to just 6. Now I remove these numbers. Okay, very simple. 6 hydrogen cancel out. 2 ammonia molecule and 3 Cl2 is there, and then we have nitrogen gas is there, and then we get 6 as Cl is there. Okay, now pay attention very carefully. This is a strong acid, hydrochloric acid, and we have taken ammonia in excess. Means in this reaction ammonia molecule is still there. The presence of ammonia is still there. Ammonia is a base and this is an acid. And since ammonia is still available, once this acid is formed, immediately it will react with excess amount of ammonia. Okay, it will again react with excess amount of ammonia because ammonia has been taken in excess. So we have ammonia reacts with HCl again. because some amount of ammonia is still left because it is taken in excess. What will happen? Acid base reaction. Acid base reaction, salt is formed NH4Cl. Okay, now in this equation you can see this HCl will be consumed. It is acting as an intermediate. In this chemical reaction it is formed, again it is reacting with ammonia, then it is neutralized, and then we are getting salt. So that's why we need to cancel HCl, So in this case we have 6 HCl, multiply this equation by 6, then we 6 NH3, 6 HCl and 6 ammonium chloride. Remove this one. 6 HCl will cancel out. Then 2 NH3, 6 NH3, we get 8 molecules of ammonia. 3 Cl2 and then nitrogen gas. Okay, and then we have ammonium chloride. Very simple chemical reaction and very interesting chemical reaction. Okay, if you memorize this chemical reaction directly, maybe you may forget. Okay, use this method. In this case, ammonia is acting as a reducing agent. Okay, now another case is this is the case 1. Case 1, in which case we had taken ammonia in excess. Let's say we talk about the case 2. Okay, Cl2 gas is taken in excess. Is in excess. Okay, it is taken in excess. Okay, now pay attention very carefully. We have ammonia gas and it is reacting with Cl2 gas. Okay, in excess. So now keep in mind, you can see hydrogen attached to nitrogen. Hydrogen attached to nitrogen are active hydrogen. These active hydrogen can be removed easily, as H plus ion. How many active hydrogen are there? 3. And so these all the 3 active hydrogens are removed by Cl, forming HCl. We have HCl. Okay, HCl is that. And in this case, what will happen? And so then 3 hydrogen are removed, then 3 Cl will be attached with nitrogen, then we get NCl3. You can balance this equation. 3 Cl are there, multiplied by 3, total Cl, then multiplied by 3. This equation is balanced. This is nitrogen trichloride. You can write nitrogen trichloride. Nitrogen trichloride. Okay, it is an explosive substance. So keep in mind, this is a conditional reaction. If we take chlorine gas in the excess, then we are getting nitrogen trichloride, an explosive substance. And if ammonia gas is taken in excess, then we get a nitrogen gas as a product. Okay, now let's move on to the next chemical reaction. The next reaction is with alkali metals, with sodium. Okay, with sodium. As we have seen, acids reacting with metals release hydrogen gas. In the similar manner, bases also reacting with metals release hydrogen gas. What kind of bases? Which are having active hydrogen. That's why ammonia can also react with sodium, and it is having how many active hydrogen? 3 active hydrogen. 1 sodium replaces only 1 active hydrogen, then we get NaNH2 and we have half hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas is released. This is sodamide. Sodium amide we can say. So we combine these two words, then we get sodamide. Okay, this is amide group. Okay, now if I take a primary amine, let's say we have CH3 and it is NH2. Sodium is reacting with primary amine. It has 2 active hydrogen. In this case, it has 3 active hydrogen. What will happen? We have CH3 and S, it is having negative charge. Sodium, it is having positive charge, and then half H2 is there. Okay. If I take secondary amine, CH3 and CH3, and this is NH, 1 sodium can replace only 1 active hydrogen. Then we have CH3 and it is CH3. It is N, it is negative charge, and sodium, it is positive charge. Okay, and then we get half hydrogen gas. Okay, if I take a tertiary amine, CH3 whole thrice, and this is N, and then we have sodium, reaction will not be taking place because it does not have any active hydrogen. Okay, because this is also a base, very strong base in comparison to ammonia, primary amine, secondary amine. This is primary amine, then tertiary amine is very strong base, but it does not react with sodium because it does not have active hydrogen. Okay, now another information, ammonia gas can easily be liquefied by increasing pressures. Now we discuss about the ammonia, liquid ammonia as a solvent. Okay, till now we discussed about the chemical reaction of ammonia gas. Now we discuss about liquid ammonia as a solvent. Next we have liquid ammonia as a solvent. Liquid ammonia as a solvent. Keep in mind the substances, let's say I talk about substances, the substances which dissolve in liquid ammonia and produce ammonium ion. Okay, listen very carefully. The substances which dissolve in liquid ammonia and produce ammonium ions, they act as acids. We can say acids. They act as acids because acid base reaction is taking place and ammonium ion they are releasing. And the substances which dissolve in ammonia, because it is acting as a solvent, okay, which dissolve in ammonia to produce NH2 minus. Okay, so they are considered as a bases. They are considered as a base. For example, now let's say we have ammonium chloride. When ammonium chloride is added to liquid ammonia, it dissociates into NH4 plus, and this is Cl minus ion. Okay, that's why it is acting as an acid. Okay, if I take ammonium nitrate, when ammonium nitrate is added to liquid ammonia, then it produces ammonium ion, then nitrate ion is also there. Since it is releasing ammonium ion, that's why it is acting as an acid. If I take sodamide NaNH2, when it is added to liquid ammonia, it produces ammonium ion and NH2 minus. That's why it is considered as a base. So keep in mind, these are the substances which are dissolving in a liquid ammonia, and they are producing ammonium ion as well as NH2 minus. Based on this, we are categorizing the substances as acid and base. Next is the behavior of acid in different solvent. Keep in mind, let's say we talk about acetic acid, CH3COOH, acts as weak acid in liquid waters. We have liquid water. Okay, when water is taken as a solvent, then acetic acid will be acting as a weak acid. For example, we have CH3 and COOH, then we have H2O is there, then it will dissociate into acetate ion, and now we have hydronium ion. Okay, this is aqueous, this is also aqueous, it is aqueous, and this is liquid. Okay, important information: when acetic acid is taken in liquid ammonia, okay, acetic acid acts as a strong acid. Very much important information: strong acid in liquid ammonia. Okay, if the solvent ammonia is taken instead of water, then acetic acid is acting as a strong acid. Okay, then we get CH3COO minus, this is what, acetate ion, then we get ammonium ion. This is ammonium ion. Very interesting information is there. Okay, acetic acid is acting as a strong acid in liquid ammonia. Keep in mind, this ammonia is more basic than water molecule. Okay, this liquid ammonia is more basic than water molecule. This difference you need to keep in mind. Acetic acid is acting as a weak acid in water molecule and acting as a strong acid in liquid ammonia. Next is ammonia molecule as a neutral ligand. Ligand are the species which can donate electron pair. You can see it has electron pair. It can easily donate electron pair to form a complex compound. Okay, it can donate electron pair to the metals. Okay, keep in mind, ammonia acts as a better ligand than water. Why? Because there are some metal ions which do not dissolve in water, but they dissolve in liquid ammonia. For example, we have silver chloride. Okay, it is a precipitate. Silver chloride does not dissolve in water, but it dissolves in liquid ammonia. We have AgCl. Okay, liquid ammonia is there. It dissolves in liquid ammonia to form a complex Ag, and it is NH3, and then we have plus is there, and this is Cl minus is there. It is a colorless precipitate. Okay, now we have, let's say, cupric chloride is there, and ammonia molecule we have. In this case it is again forming a complex Cu, and then we have NH3 twice, and then we 2 Cl minus is there, and we have 2 plus, and it is minus. Okay, you can take 2 molecules. It is a blue color compound, and so this complex has deep blue color, blue precipitate. Okay, that's why ammonia molecule is used for the detection of these metal ions in the substances.